Hey everybody, Ralph Covert here, and welcome to the sesh!
Here's a good one. The world's first website hits the internet in 1991, and surprisingly enough, it wasn't a porn site. That was actually the second.
Not.
That was
Tommy
the second
knows
first website.
because it's in his browser still.
Yeah. Even more exciting, Super Nintendo was released in 1991.
Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas become even closer friends that year in 1991.
And the Bad Examples released. Bad is Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ralph Covert.
Maybe we don't belong together. I won't tell if you won't worry. There's time enough for time to tell what's going on. I'm in no hurry. And don't look now, but the sun is creeping. Another night without sleeping. It's not a perfect world. It's still good to be alive. If you don't know by now, you'll probably never understand the way it feels to want to live. One perfect moment. Okay, so next time you guys got that line, right? The one perfect moment. You ready? Here we go. I'll let you know when we get there. You've been acting mighty fresh. Lay down, it's time we did some talking. I'm afraid of what we done. Starting something we'll have trouble stopping. And I don't care if you spend my money. Someone might as well, honey. It's not a perfect world. It's still good to be alive. If you don't know by now, you'll probably never understand the way it feels to want to live. Excellent job. The diction could be better. To want to live. You're getting there. One more chance to come. It's one of those days I can't stand up. Seems like gravity's getting stronger. I'm crashing through my cartoon life. Looks like I'll make it one day longer. And maybe I'm right, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just another pop song. It's not a perfect world. It's still good to be alive. If you don't know by now, you'll probably never understand the way it feels to want to live. It's not a perfect world, but it's still good to be alive. If you don't know by now, you'll probably never understand the way it feels to want to live. There you go. One perfect moment. Nicely done. I'm going to make you guys sing. You guys did so good on that last bit. We'll sing together here. I'll do it once. You guys, those that don't know it, will learn it quickly. Goes like this. Because parenting needs chemical assistance. Let's face it. M-O-M-M-Y needs C-O-F-F-E-E-D-A-D-D-Y needs C-O-F-F-E-E. Are you guys with me on that? Everybody, let me hear you. 1, 2, 3, 4. M-O-M-M-Y needs C-O-F-F-E-E-D. my kids. I love my kids. Gosh, I love my kids. But I need what I need, and I need a lot of what I need, and that's C-O-M-O-M-M-Y. I need C-O-F-F-E-E-D-A-D-G-Y. I need C-O-F-F-E-E. I want a latte, a cappuccino, and tonight I think I'll have a little vino. M-O-M-M-Y. I need C-O-F-F-E-E-D-A-D-G-Y. I need C-O-F. Everybody now. M-O. Need C. D. Need C. And a whole lot of it.
Bad Examples were put together. I put the band together in '87 as a trio. We our first cassette, Meet. I actually duplicated them in my living room. Made the covers at Kinko's. Taped a condom to every cassette,
Which is hilarious.
And sold them at shows. It was nice because at the beginning of the night I was selling cassettes with a condom attached. By the end of the night I was definitely selling a condom with a tape attached. But, you know, I hopefully fueled some 1987 romances with the backtrack.
A lot of 25-year-old kids walking around now.
Exactly. So the band grew over the next few years. Tommy O'Brien joined, Pickles Pekarsky joined, and with the original Terry Wathen and I, we went into the studio and created... Back then, there was no internet, right? There was no... if you wanted information, you had to go to the library. You couldn't Google it. I mean, some people here know this thing, right? The record industry, as we musicians know, as Tommy, as you know well, was controlled by the major labels, who literally, to get a record contract, they would own your soul. They'd own all your masters. They'd own all your future rights. I mean, there's a reason why Prince changed his name to a symbol, because his contract was so onerous that he was trying to free himself from them. So what I did back in the day, kind of foolishly, because the infrastructure was not there yet, is we released Bad is Beautiful DIY. So there was no outlet other than we were able to get distribution, but it wasn't set up for that. So, but again, it was all about, even back in the day, kind of the way you guys did at the Bear, doing it on your own terms, doing it, which is, I think, why a lot of Chicago folks really crystallized.
Gravitated
So that was a conscious decision of yours to actually do it that way? Was it really more out of necessity?
No, it was absolutely. I mean, again, the first release was Meet, and again, thinking back to 1987, our very first show, I had a cassette for sale at the show, which back then the game was you waited for the major label to swoop in and put wind under your wings, right? But I was like, fuck that. Can I say that on your show?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Say it again.
Fuck that. Feels good. We quit our day jobs. We jumped in a motorhome. We set out touring. We're playing from L.A. to Savannah to Sioux Falls to Minneapolis to Iowa City, Iowa, to anywhere that would have us. And things were building. XRT jumped all over the record here in town. You guys at the Bear jumped all over the record here at town. Things were really exploding. And there's this weird band, N-word.
Nirvana.
That's it, Nirvana. So they released this record, and all of a sudden the entire industry kind of goes to the grungy, angry thing, as opposed to the melodic pop, Beatle-y stuff we were doing. So kind of things went that way. We soldiered on. I think we had a lot of success, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You know, we remained true to what we did. Our fans remained true to us. We remained true to them. We never became the next big thing, but we were always a loved band, and we always, you know, it was great. It was a great ride.
Yeah, right.
And you know, so many bands that I know of, it's, you know, they implode through the internal things getting all hinky and angry, and
that never happened.
Never happened with. I mean, the guys in the Bad Examples were always great guys, and you know.
And you had many leave, but always come back.
Say, yeah.
They always sort of.
I don't think anybody that ever left the band, every single person that left the band at a certain point, came back at some point and subbed for somebody else and filled in when needed. We always joked it was like the Army Reserve. But I mean, there was that kind of camaraderie, and it really was a band of brothers.
Unless, of course, you count up all the things I never asked you for. It's all for sale. And if I had the time to really think about the things I said, I might have meant them all. It's all behind me. I disobey my own intentions. So have a glass of wine and kiss me, and listen to the tiny voice inside your heart, behind your breasts. It's not your conscience. There's something here that's deeper than you'll ever dip your fingers into, and it's not your problem. Kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama. Well, maybe this is only just a passing thing between two virgins, too shy to admit it. But deep inside the heart of every fallen angel, there's a secret dream of fire and brimstone. Kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama. Unless, of course, you count up all the things I never asked you for. It's all for sale. It's all for sale. If you don't forgive me, somebody else will. If you don't forgive me, kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama, kiss-o-rama. If you don't forgive me, somebody else will. If you don't forgive me, kiss-o-rama, 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 oh-rama, 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 kiss-o-rama. I'm gonna die someday, and when I go, I'm gonna leave some songs, some bones, and a pocket full of change. And I might not say goodbye, and if I leave home on that midnight train, just think of me and smile. I was born an ordinary boy. I lived one man's life. I hope I die an ordinary death a long time from now. And I'm gonna leave some songs, some bones, and a pocket full of change. and I might not say goodbye. And if I leave home on that midnight train, just think of me and smile. And I love you with all my heart, the good parts and the bad. If I hurt you more often than not, it was the best love that I had. I've been looking for the reasons why this old world keeps spinning around, and I know nothing more than I knew before, but at least I'm still rummaging around. I'm gonna die someday, and when I go, I'm gonna leave some songs, some bones, and a pocket full of change. And I might not say goodbye. And if I leave home on that midnight train, just think of me and smile. In 1918, the end had arrived. We packed our bags and left Krakow behind, sailed under their lady and stood in their line, and boarded the train with fear in our eyes. And it's run away, run away, run away home. The cat's in the kitchen and the rat is behind the stove. Hush, the baby is finally gone down. For 7 straight days I've been dreaming of home. I drove for the dairy as if the war wasn't here. Then one day the letters from home disappeared, with Misha and Mary both covered with flies. I drove for the dairy with tears in my eyes, and it's run away, run away, run away home. The cat's in the kitchen and the rat is behind the stove. Hush, the baby is finally gone down. For 7 straight days I've been dreaming of home. We'd walk down to Holstein Park Saturday morn and wash off the dirt that the week had left on. 2 beautiful daughters and a bedridden son. We prayed at St. Hedwig's, but the polio won. It was a morning in April, a letter arrived. The war had got Misha, but Mary survived. With a trunk full of memories, she stepped off the train, and we laughed, and we cried, and we laughed once again. And it's run away, run away, run away home. The cat's in the kitchen and the rat is behind the stove. Hush, the baby is finally gone down. For 7 straight days I've been dreaming of home. In 1950, the end had arrived, with fear on my pillow and sleep in my eyes. From the walls of St. Hedwig's I watched floating free, as my wife and my family were burying me. And now Mother and Mary have moved to Macomb. The girls are both married with girls of their own. But me and my boy still walk hand in hand, from Webster to Levitt on the whispering wind. And it's run away, run away, run away home. The cat's in the kitchen and the rat is behind the stove. Hush, the baby is finally gone down. For 7 straight days I've been dreaming of home. For 7 straight days I've been dreaming of home.
So you probably had a lot of time to think about, 25 years ago, you're doing a lot of shows in which you're paying tribute to the release of that album. I'm wondering, in reflection now, looking back at that time, if there's just something that sort of pops out that maybe you hadn't realized at that time.
Your highlight reel.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, my highlight reel is going to start with Pickles Pekarsky, who played bass on Bad is Beautiful and was bass player for many, 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 many years. And John Duich, who joined right after the album was finished, did a couple things on the record, and then toured with us and was with us for 2-3 years. John passed in '98, and Pickles passed about 3 years ago. So for me, when I think about,
Sorry to hear that.
the halcyon days, if I could, I just miss those guys.
Yeah.
They were just, like I said, true brothers.
Yeah.
And that it would have been nothing without them.
Right.
But very blessed to make that music. A lot of crazy adventures through the years. I mean, the first couple of years of the Bad Examples, we, due to my brilliant idea that sometimes the guys in the band liked and sometimes didn't, we bought a used motorhome.
Would that be the rig?
That would be the rig.
Yeah, it's legendary.
And set out. So, crazy moments like Pickles was our bass player. Pickles was a self-styled gourmet chef. So we had a kitchen in the motorhome. So we would pull into town. The first thing he would do is say, so guys, what do you want for dinner? And we'd usually say something sarcastic, and he'd stop by the grocery store. I've never cooked that. I'll try. And pick it up. And we always teased him. The first answer was usually lobster. Lobster. He'd be like, we're in Sioux Falls. But one night we're in Quad Cities. I think we're playing a show in Davenport at this club called Stickman's, and apparently there was some guy who was at the show who was a frozen seafood in the trunk salesman guy.
Get out.
Was it an actual trunk?
It was an actual trunk in an actual car. And
right.
Pickles comes up to me like
I've never heard of
halfway
such
through
a
the show. He goes, Ralph, can I have $40? I'm like, for what? He's like, I can't tell you. I'm like, I've got 35. He's like, I'll make it work.
I'll make it work.
So I gave him 35. I'm like, I better sell some cassettes tonight because I'm. So we drive the motorhome back to our campground. It's snowing. It's this crappy, snowy, 20-degree blizzard in the Quad Cities. And we get back there, and Pickles is like drinking his old style and doing something and whipping up the kitchen. We're like, come on, we're gonna go to bed. He's like, no. We're not going to bed. We're like, Pickles. He's like, no. Like, okay, so we're hanging out. Like, what? He's like, I'm making lobster.
Oh, that's funny.
He had bought a bunch of frozen lobster from us too.
Your $35 lobster tail?
$35 frozen lobster in a campground
That sounds
in Davenport,
wonderful.
Iowa.
How was
at
it?
3 a.m.
It must have been great. It
I
was
was in a
probably great.
campground and they have in a snowstorm in
It had-
Davenport having lobster.
Had
How
to be
can it not be fantastic?
amazing. It had to be amazing.
So great memories and moments like that.
And I'm sure hundreds of stories like that. That
I could, yeah.
Go
The
back and
6-hour
reflect on.
version of the show you're talking about.
Right.
Cameron, you can join me for this? Okay. I need a mic for Cameron. He's going to help me. He's going to be the voice of reason leading you people. You guys join him. Cameron's going to lead you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sammy the dog has learned to play trombone. This is going to be awesome. Newspapers wrote him up, now his name's on everybody's lips. Mrs. Culpepper's dog's a big band enthusiast. He's a pedigree with the minor key. He's a canine with a C-sharp 9. Sammy the dog has... He starts blowing at midnight, wakes up the whole neighborhood. He's worse than a cat bite, but no one cares cause he sounds so good. He won't bet your stick or lick your hand. He loves Spike Jones and Dixieland. Sammy the... Call the National Enquirer, they'll pay cash for an interview. Call up Jimmy Kimmel. The Huffing... I'm trying to go with the times here, people. Oprah Winfrey just won't do. In LA and London, the critics are all falling down. The next great pop superstar's a 2-foot-tall basset hound. He's a dropout from pet school. Now he's top dog where the cats are cool. Sammy the dog has learned to play trombone. Here's the solo. Cameron is going to play Prince's Purple Feather like it's a guitar. And while he does that, I want you guys to sing your best air guitar solos. Ready? You guys got a wail. You don't have a PA. He's got a PA for his feather. So you really got to scream. Ready? Prince solos on the count of 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me the Super Bowl, come on! Give me the wheelie high stuff. Sammy the dog has learned to play trombone. He's got a wire hair terrier. This is the verse that was not on the kids' records version of the song. Only the bad examples, not the Ralph's World. This is the not Ralph's World verse. Sorry, Cameron. He's got a wire hair terrier, meets him at the backstage door. He loves champagne and heroin. It's not a dog's life anymore. He's on the cover of Rolling Stone. He's got movie offers on the phone. Sammy the dog has learned to play trombone. Say what? Sammy the dog has learned to play. Everybody now. Sammy the dog has learned to play trombone. Cameron, my man.
So life since 91 and the evolution of
Your 25th anniversary.
Exactly.
Bad Examples had a great run in the 90s. As many people know, turn of the century, Ralph's World, kids' music, hit the scene quite by accident. And I found myself in a launch of a second awesome career, getting to make rock and roll music for little kids and their parents.
Did you happen upon that when Fiona was born, your daughter? Is that how that came to be?
Yeah, when Fiona was born, I was doing a class at the Old Town School of Folk Music, mostly because I was broke.
Yeah.
and because they said I could bring her. So I'm like, okay,
Perfect.
paid play days. I'm a starving musician. This works for me. And I was doing the Wiggle Worms classes there. Jim Powers from Mini Fresh. His son was in one of my classes. And his wife had the flu one week, and Jim came in and brought his son. I'm like, Jim, I didn't know that. He's like, well, I didn't know you were teaching Wiggle Worms. I'm like, I didn't know Brendan was your son. He's like, do you want to release a kid's record? I'm like, hell no. So he took me out for lunch, and he said, really, think about it. I'm like, no. I said, I don't want to cash in on the whole kids thing. That's stupid. I mean, I said, I will make a great record kids love. But it's got to be a great record.
Yeah.
That's the point. And he's like, I think he just cracked the code. So that's what we did. You know, at Minty Fresh with Ralph's World, our goal was to make a great record, period.
Yeah.
And if it was focused towards the kids, it had to be focused towards anybody that was listening. And then we approached it like we would with an indie record, because that's what my background was. That's what his background was with Minty.
Yep.
So we did all the things we would do to promote an indie record, and nobody had ever done that. And it kind of took off and became this stupid Godzilla thing. Got me on the cover of the New York Times art section, and
Okay.
That's not a bad gig.
Yeah.
a bad gig.
Time Magazine. I saw you in Time Magazine.
One of my favorite moments playing the Fillmore. This parent comes in holding his 3-year-old above his head.
Aww.
Walks into the lobby of the Fillmore, goes, 3-year-old, first concert at the Fillmore! With the poor little guy up on top going, Ralph's World took off. 2000s were great with that. Continued to make occasional Ralph Covert music and Bad Examples music on the side, and continuing to do them all. We did a new Bad Examples record in 2013, 11, something like that. 13, I think. I did a record last year, acoustic record called the Accidental Soundtrack. Making music, loving life, rocking the kids, rocking
Celebrating
adults.
your 25th anniversary.
It's 25th anniversary. Bad is beautiful.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Pick up your drink behind you there. We want to thank our bartenders, Brandy and Mark, for serving us up here. We want to
A bartender named
everybody hold your
Brandy.
drink.
That's kind of
Isn't that
typecast.
awesome?
How about that? So congrats to you. We're so happy you're here.
Happy
It's been
anniversary.
Thank you.
an honor knowing you all these years. I'm glad that so
Glad
many years
you're here
later,
now.
25 years later, we could do this on the internet together.
And helping
Yeah.
us
It's
with
another
our
day on the
debut.
right side of the grass.
How about that, right? Well, we look forward to hearing you.
Happy to be here. Awesome.
Ralph, thank you.
Thank you,
for
Tom.
coming out.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
I was born too late to play in the Rolling Stones. I don't know Jimmy Page, I never met Yoko Ono, standing with a strap. A rock and roll's bastard son. Go out, get drunk, get laid, have fun. Don't got $1 million, don't drive a Cadillac. Give me half a chance, cause I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against my back. You better get a bigger gun, I'm not dead yet. I've been machine gun, handgun, hijacker, left for dead. Dive bomb, napalm, nuclear warhead, and drop from a jet plane with no parachute. Shot by a firing squad, raped by a business suit. Dancing on a landmine, one leg left. I can still crawl and I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against my back. You better get a bigger gun, I'm not dead yet. Bigger, rougher, meaner, tougher, dirtier and uglier and sneakier and trickier. You wanna shoot me with a gun, cut me with a knife. Take your bare hands and rip out my eyes. Kick me in the balls and you bit me in the neck. Well, hit me again, cause I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against my back. You better get a bigger gun, I'm not dead yet. Well, there's a mugger in the alley, there's a sniper in a hall. Here's a girl at the bar, wants to get me by the balls, and the hangman is was hanging if I autographed the noose. Lee Harvey Oswald brothers on the loose. Mafia hitman with a bullet for my back. Someday he's gonna get me, but I'm not dead yet. Not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against my back. You better get a bigger gun. You better get a bigger gun. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm not dead yet. I'm a mad dog fighting with the wall against my back. You'd better get a bigger gun, 'cause I am. Hey, not. Oh yeah, hit me, Cameron. The Sesh, America's last great hope for rock and roll.
She had long golden hair and aquamarine eyes to dive into and swim for a dream. I pictured my hand on her waist and thought about the taste of the pomegranate lips, the pomegranate lips. Then in walked a day, they sat down for a bite. I ordered a double and I was done.